State Athletics. Hornet Talk is brought to you by 627 Events Business. Like Dave Diesel and Hornet State Good Mutual Health. Security Serious Savings. And Daily Live. And by Sports Center. Here's the voice of the Emporia State Hornets, Blake Prince.
The Emporia State Lady Hornet basketball team rebounded from 2 losses in St. Joseph to go 2-0 last week with a win over Southwest Baptist on the road, 84-61, and then holding off the Lady Miners of Missouri as a team to go 2-0 against former MIAA opponents. Now they're back to their last test before Thanksgiving, and one more game after that before their 1 week of MIAA play in 2025. It's the Quincy Hawks coming in tomorrow. A 7 o'clock tip-off of Hazard coverage for you. The pregame beginning at 6:30 on the RV pregame show on Mix 4.9. And with that, we welcome you into the break of Hornet Talk, live here at 627 Headspace. This is our first full basketball show of the year as we get you set for the Lady Hornets and the Hornets still playing that wild split schedule that they do every November and December. The Hornets then will be in action with 2 games in Oklahoma, taking on Oklahoma Baptist on Friday and Northwestern Oklahoma on Saturday. So if you get out and shop on Black Friday and Small Business Saturday, hopefully you will have your radio tuned to us so that you can be with us and take a with you there as you shop. But the Quincy Hawks are next, and the Lady Hornets will get started with them first here on our show. And the Lady Hornets will have our first couple of segments each show of the season. Coming up on the show today, we're joined by Coach MJ just a moment, and also by the MIAA women's basketball player, Caitlin Sanders, and then Tom Miller to review the Hornet men. But we'll start today with our special brought to you by 627. That's your one game day headquarters, 627 commercial in downtown Victoria. In our special every Monday, we'll have for you a $5 small chicken finger basket, as well as plenty of drink specials. Everything on the menu is great right here at 627 Event Space. We'll start today with our first special for the women's cases, all being from the SBU contest. That's the only game I got to watch. As it was Caitlin Sanders very early, she was keeping Emporia State close in the first quarter of that game. Sanders steps up to the free throw line. By 2 Bearcats. Still everybody knows then what happened after that. In the second period with the game close, Gracie Gilpin went off. Here's another steal for Gilpin. All past the head by Sanders. Free throw line extended. Hits it out. Here's the like
I don't fucking understand.
And she was definitely not done with that play.
Leave her open when she is like this. And boy, Coach Harrell there for SBU just pointed at one of her players as if to say, that's on you. And Gracie Gilpin went off. She ended up with 6 3-pointers, and at one point she actually personally accounted for a 12-0 Lady Hornet run. Then Emporia State then turned the game, which was close early on, but it was a blowout after that as they ended up dominating in the game with the final score of 84-61. Later, Sanders turned a busted play into offense. Now here's Sanders. Sanders between 2 defenders. Ball poked away. Crook may have got a hand on it. Somehow it bounced back to Sanders, and from her knees, she feeds Noonan for a layup on the left-hand side. So many players in this game having career highs. Caitlin Noonan with a career high in that game for Emporia State. Lexi DeWitt. It was a true team effort as Emporia State got a win over Southwest Baptist, and then it was Michael Deeker on the call for the game on Saturday as they beat Missouri S&T 78-72. Had control there late, but S&T made a little bit of a run, but Emporia State gets the win to get their first home win here. They go to 2-2 on the season, and now the Hawks of Quincy are coming up after the timeout. Emporia State basketball on the way here this week with games on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll preview the Hawks and review the wins last week with head coach MJ Baker as we continue on Hornet Talk right after this. Live from 627 Event Space. You're listening to Emporia State basketball.
The road to adventure is calling.
Road trip!
If you're planning a road trip, be sure to schedule your maintenance with Black Creek Diesel and Automotive first. Oil changes, alignment, brakes, and tires, everything you need to keep your car cruising. And they'll even give you a free digital inspection. Hit the road with peace of mind. Give them a call today. Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, 620-343-0086, or stop by 3105 West 6th in Emporia.
As the leaves fall, it's the perfect time to grow your financial know-how. At Emporia State Federal Credit Union, they believe in helping you create a strong financial future. Whether you're learning to budget, save for the holidays, or plan for the new year, they're here to help every step of the way. Free courses and calculators can be found by clicking on the banner at esfcu.com or text or call them today, 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need fast care, Newman Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care is here for you. Conveniently located on site at Newman Regional Health, Express Care offers walk-in service for non-emergency illnesses and injuries, no appointment needed. Open 7 days a week to keep you feeling your best. Call today at 620-343-7828. Trust Express Care for quick, reliable treatment. Newman Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care, helping the Hornets achieve their healthy goals.
When Second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle. Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Shelter agents Kelly Medrano and Dave Watts are proud sponsors of this Hornet Talk.
Catch the spirit and gear up for game day with Sports Connection, Kansas' leading team sporting goods provider. Sports Connection is your go-to for anything sporting goods, with the biggest brands in sports at competitive prices. Whether you're there for the tailgate or touchdowns, Sports Connection has the ESU fan apparel for game day that you need. Show your Hornet pride and get your fan gear at Sports Connection, 2721 West 15th. Stingers up!
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Mix 104.9.
The Emporia State women's basketball team scored 28 points in the fourth period. They held off S&T 78-72. Emporia State led by 10 in the first half, led 35-32 at halftime, but it was a 12-1 run with less than 6 minutes to play that led them to take control. 7 ties, 10 lead changes in this game as Emporia State got the win in their home opener on Saturday against S&T, and so now this is kind of the home opener for the first basketball show. Coach MJ Baker joining us here on Hornet Talk for the first full basketball show. Coach MJ, thanks for the time, and like I said, a great, I thought, week for your team. We talked a little bit about that in the pregame that we just did. Overall, first of all, let's just start with first experience in White Auditorium with the fans there for you guys. How was the atmosphere? From the people, the reports that I got sounded like it was a great atmosphere for you guys.
Yeah, the community definitely came out and showed out. It was really awesome. I mean, there's just so many people that we've seen in the schools and all over the, even on campus that came out and supported. So it was great to have that. For
you guys to get that run, at least in the Saturday game, what do you feel like was the spark for that 12-1 run at the very end? I'm guessing it might have something to do with our guest here coming up in the next segment.
Yeah, definitely Special K definitely sparked that run. But Liz from the bench, she was huge too. She hit 2 threes that kind of sparked it. Plus, we got some defensive stops and actually didn't foul a possession, which is really nice because I think we were like fouling like every other possession for us to actually play a couple possessions back and forth. And actually get some stops, and then we just were isolating Special K, and Liz hit some big threes.
Even in the games up in St. Joseph, for the most part, you said, hey, we held them to 55 and 60 points, and we held Southwest Baptist to 61. Even though you've played so many different players, and there's still plenty to figure out, I know, on offense, but do you feel like you figured something out defensively? Because it seems like the defense has been your better half of the ball here in the early going.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I feel like we have more control over. Defense can actually travel. Defense can show up every day. That's just a matter of heart and effort and just preparation. So that's something that we're putting a lot of time and effort in because we don't always know what our offense is going to happen or who's going to show up. Right now, we only know Special K is showing up consistently. And then it's just like, let's just throw the dice to see which other couple players will show up, which is a blessing because we do definitely have a lot of pieces. But it would be nice if everyone kind of showed up the same game.
Sure, it would
Yes.
be. But at the same time, I know that's something that you've talked a lot about is trying to, as you build up this program, build these young women into living trophies. You also want to build up depth. And certainly, as we talked about it in your office last week, everybody's gotten an opportunity to play thus far in terms of being able to see everybody. How valuable is that? Because it's one thing to see them in practice or in a workout, but you can't really evaluate people unless you see them in a game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think it's really hard to do scout on us right now because, like, for us, we usually pick their top 6 or 7, but for them, they have to literally scout all 13 and 14 players because everyone's playing right now. So not only are we big on building living trophies, but also the strength in numbers. And we're very young as well, so that's another thing. I think everyone's getting great experience, and we keep telling them, like, don't count your minutes, make your minutes count. And that's been really big with us is just to make sure, like, hey, this game you might only be playing 6 minutes, but, like, the next game you could be playing 13 or 14 minutes. Like, just do the best with your minutes because everyone is going to play.
Yeah, and the other thing, too, is that you've talked about is, and it seems appropriate because of Thanksgiving. You guys had a team event here. We're going to talk about it in just a little bit. But it seems like the chemistry, which sometimes is not always the easiest thing to figure out, it seems like that's the thing that maybe you guys have figured out the best. Has that surprised you and just how well everybody has gotten along?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows how amazing they are as human beings. Like, we have a great group. I don't have any jerks or any butt heads or anything like that. Like, I don't – and you're laughing, but some years you have that. And,
Sure.
and honestly, you have it a little bit too many years to have jerks or, people that you have to, like, babysit all the time. So it's really awesome that they love each other. They play for each other. They're very humble. They're very receptive to learning. Sometimes truth is hard to hear, but they've been open about it, and they really look at each other and look at themselves in the mirror and just learning how to get better each day.
I wanted to ask about Kaylin Noonan, who's a local product, former Burlingame Lady Bearcat. Didn't play a ton last year, but she's actually been in the starting lineup and gotten some long run for you. What do you like about what she brings to the table?
I mean, Kaylin's the X factor in a lot of ways. Like, if you watch her, she does a lot of little things that you don't see on the stat sheet. She makes this go. She's tough as nails. And anything you ask of her, she's going to show up and she's going to go all out. And she's a smart player. So I know it's like people probably in the past seasons or even last year, like, oh my gosh, Kaylin's starting. But Kaylin's doing a great job for us. And actually, I think we found a pretty consistent 5 right now. Now, I'm not saying it can change because anything could change at this point. But the 5 that we've been looking for, a 5 that starts the games off well for us. And this 5 has started us off well. And we're going to start him again this 3rd game.
For you guys, as you continue to evaluate and look at things, I know that you're giving everybody a chance. How great is it to see some players that were on the team last year and did play some games, but they, against Southwest Baptist, I thought the great thing was there were so many players that had career highs in points or rebounds. Some players had it in both, and just have everybody contribute with Kaylin Noonan, and you had a double-double for Macy Gandy, and Lexi DeWitt got a career high. I mean, it was awesome to see so many different players be able to contribute in a positive way.
Yeah, I think it's really cool how God can use the unexpected in so many ways. And one thing that's been on my screen, my phone's screensaver, is how with a mustard seed of faith, anything is possible. So with our team, I think it's really awesome to understand with themselves, if they could just believe in themselves and believe in each other, like, who knows? I know a lot of people keep talking to me about how small we are. Yeah, I know we're small, okay? I see it. We feel it every game.
Sure.
Okay, but what are we going to do about it? How are we going to find a way to succeed? And honestly, this game's played small. And Golden State, who's won a couple world championships, they played small ball. They didn't have any big players. And a couple years ago, Hutchinson, JUCO, won the national championship. They did not have one player above 6 feet. So it can be done. It's just got to take an extraordinary team and extraordinary players to do it.
How much, when you have a smaller team, you don't have bigger players on it, but when you have a smaller team, how much is it of a mindset kind of, mentality of trying to make sure that, hey, you know what, maybe I'm not supposed to put my hand in this cookie jar, but I'm going to do it anyway. And if the bigger girls are there, I'm going to absorb the punishment. And the next time I'm not going to be afraid to try to get back in there and get in the mix with them again.
I mean, you see Kaylin Noonan, you see Kataya, you see Special K taking charges all over the place, and then we talk about being broken, and I think size is physical, obviously, but there's so much more. The game is mental in so many ways. So for us, it's just building that mental toughness and being smart and learning how to use our leverage and just being able to get position and push them out a little bit more so that they don't use their size as much. So, I mean, we're working on a lot of things, different things, but right now we're really just working on mental toughness and IQ.
And in terms of, I mean, you've said kind of that this is how you want to play. You guys want to be a speed team. I'm assuming that being in the size that you are is going to give you advantages in some other areas because you will be faster than many teams this year.
Yeah. We just got to capitalize it on, though. So we've had a lot of advantages, and we just missed the layup or we missed the wide open shot and all that. So we're making the right plays. It's just we got to finish the play. So they're doing all the hard work.
Sure.
Now it's just like put the ball in the hole. So it's going to come. I know with offense, it's just like poetry in some ways. Like it takes time. It's something that does take time. It's like art. And we're going to get there. It's just we're all new to each other. And a lot of it's confidence, too. I mean, like you said, there's some players from last year who are having to play big minutes for us that didn't play last year. So it's just them understanding who they are and what we need from them as well.
Do you feel like the confidence piece is coming now? I mean, I feel like it should after getting 2 wins like that against former MIAA foes. But you mentioned you felt like that was going to be a challenge here early. Do you feel like that's starting to get built up?
I don't know. My staff and I have done a really good job of keeping them humble. I mean, we won 2 games. I don't think my team feels like we won 2 games. I think they feel like we've lost 2. They probably feel like they're 0-4 right now, to be honest. Because even though we've won, we haven't won the way we want to win. They found a way, and honestly, I'll take an ugly win any day, trust me. But at the same time, we're not even close to the caliber. And sometimes it looks like we want to see practice carry over to games, and we're really not seeing that execution. So we're a little frustrated, and they're a little frustrated too right now because we're not even close where we need to be. But that's what happens, what you need to do to push for that breakthrough to get where we need to get.
So for Caitlin Sanders, she is the MIAA Player of the Week.
Yes.
Pretty awesome for her 24 point. Yeah, that absolutely deserves a round of applause. She's right up here.
She's 5'5".
And she'll be up next here on the show. 24 points, 4 rebounds. That 24 points, by the way, matched her season high. She had 24 points last year when she was at Rollins in the Sunshine State Conference, where she averaged 12 points per game. How much does that mean for you to have coached her for a year and now to see her have that kind of success here at Emporia State?
I mean, it's amazing to see her journey. So just to see her do so well in Florida, JUCO for 2 years and then come out here. I got to see her play at Rollins, but to come out here and see her do it. I mean, I think this is the second week of awards.
Yes, it is.
To be able to earn that in such a SEC of Division II.
Yes.
And just her being an underdog, but I think that just shows, and I hope she inspires so many people in Kansas and in the community that you don't have to be 6 feet, 6'2" to get this done. Like, you can get it done at a smaller size. You just have to be a feisty competitor, and you have to hate losing, and she hates losing.
She does.
I don't know if you've seen some of her moments with her teammates, man, but if they miss a closeout or something like that, she's in their butts. Like, she's a great leader for us.
For you, and you call her Special K, for you, it seems like not every coach is like this. I didn't necessarily, Coach Billiter knows this, but sometimes, we go off script. The Hornet Talk doesn't have to be just about basketball. So one thing I wanted to ask you about for you personally, some coaches are nickname coaches.
Yeah.
You definitely seem like a nickname coach. Where did that come from? Because you said, okay, Reese is A5.
Yeah.
Gracie Gilpin is going to be Sub-Zero.
Yeah, we're calling Sub-Zero.
They're trying to come up with nicknames for everybody. Yeah. Where did this come up with you trying to give everybody a nickname?
I just think it's something that happens, honestly. And if it just doesn't fit them, or if we have 2 people with the same name. But for Kaylin, it was just, she was just special from the jump.
Sure.
And her initials K, and I'm like, man, this kid's special. And honestly, I saw her play in 10th grade in high school, and her team, she was putting them on her back. Like, you could just see the fire coming out of her head because
Sure.
she was, so feisty and just so crafty, and I loved it. So, I've seen her grow up, and it's just been amazing.
Did you have a nickname when you played?
Well, yes. I had my last name was Nedro, and they call me Ned,
Okay.
which is not the coolest nickname ever.
It is. I think Special K is a little bit better
It is.
than that.
They call me
Yes.
Ned. And then they call my sister Little Ned, and she hated everyone. She was like, do not call me Little Ned. And then when I got to college, my teammates would always call me mom because I was like the mom of the team all the time.
Sure.
Yeah, so I've always kind of took care of people and looked out for people.
Well, I know that one reason why she decided to come here is that the plan is right now, the plans don't change, but she's thinking she wants to get into coaching, would like to be a GA on this staff next year. How do you kind of, I feel like sometimes when you see that in practice, and there's a lot of times, especially in the early part of practice, where she understood what you wanted because she's been in your system and she's kind of correcting like, hey, this is the angle or this is how we need to do that. It feels like you can start to see a Coach K coming out right now.
Yeah, no, honestly, she is. She's an extension of us on the court, and she does a great job managing the team. We got to get her a little bit more vocal.
Sure.
Sometimes we just got to get her to talk a little bit more and be louder.
We'll work on that here in the next segment.
Yeah,
we'll work
I know.
on that.
I already told her next year she's going to be talking with you as a coach. So
sure,
I'm going to put her on spot. So
Absolutely.
I already told her that. But, yeah, it's just cool to have a coach on the court. And when you have players who actually are player-led and actually have someone who understands the game at a high level, it does make everyone else better.
Now, I know that one of the things that you've already done today, because you've got game tomorrow, then day off for Wednesday, day off for Thanksgiving. I'm sure that for some of them, they'll be able to go home, fly home for a couple days, see family, spend the holiday, come back on Friday or Saturday, get ready for the game on Sunday. So you guys already had kind of your team giving Thanksgiving. You showed me some pictures. That was at your house?
Yes.
How did that go?
Yeah, we had our teams giving tonight. Everyone brought a dish.
Oh, so, some potluck?
Oh, yes. We tested out the cooking. Some people just brought rolls, which is probably safe. But other people are actually cooking, so they brought desserts and cooking. And I think it was just a great time. We played a couple games and just shared time together and fellowship. And we had our team giving tonight at the house, so it was fun.
Well, that's a very Kansas thing of you guys to do. That potlucks, we know all about potlucks here in Kansas. Who had, if you don't mind sharing, was there a best dish?
Yeah, I think everyone hands down picks Gandhi. I guess Gandhi low-key is like an ultimate chef and baker. Like, she bakes so if y'all need any food, ask Macy Gandhi to cook it up. But she did mac and cheese, but it was like everyone was like, but she is known for, I guess, cooking.
The mac and cheese is not on everybody's. My family, we've never had mac and cheese on Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
It's not on our. Apparently, it's more of a Southern thing.
Yes.
I don't remember where. I mean, I have my.
You're gonna love this. Our Spanish player Julia, a freshman, brought veggie straws. She's never had Thanksgiving before, so this was her first Thanksgiving, and she wasn't sure what to sign up for, so she brought chips.
Sure. Well, that's okay. Yeah. Look, Macy Gandhi. She's from Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. But, hey, cheese in Wisconsin, that makes sense.
Yes.
So, for you, I know that tonight is Meet the Spartans. You're also going out tonight to see the Lady Spartans tonight. What's that like? Because you've tried to be really involved in the community.
Yeah, I mean, I've already been watching the middle school games. I'm out there at the football games. Like, I love this community so much. And obviously having my kids in this community helps me interact with so many different people. And it's just really cool to be able to be in a town that we can all support each other. So I love supporting them as much as they come out and support us. So.
Last thing for you, give me a word on the Quincy Hawks, just a quick overview and preview of Quincy. A 3-1 team that lost to Missouri Southern, a team that you're going to play a couple times here, but off to a really good start under another first-year head coach.
Yeah, they have high offensive fuel power. I mean, they're very offensively. They're all hoopers. They can score the ball at a high level. It's going to really come down for us to get stops and then be able to obviously finish on the other end. But we have to start from the defensive end. Like, everything's going to have to come from defense and finishing it with rebounds.
It's the Quincy Hawks taking on your Emporia State Lady Hornets coming up with a 7 o'clock tip-off. Tomorrow we'll have the RB Doc pregame show at 6:30 right here on Mix 104.9. Coach MJ, go get one. Thanks so much for the time.
Thank you. Steers up, y'all.
When we come back, we'll be joined by that Special K, the MIAA Player of the Week. Caitlin Sanders is coming up when we come back. Live from 627 Event Space, this is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State Basketball.
As the leaves fall, it's the perfect time to grow your financial know-how. At Emporia State Federal Credit Union, they believe in helping you create a strong financial future. Whether you're learning to budget, save for the holidays, or plan for the new year, they're here to help every step of the way. Free courses and calculators can be found by clicking on the banner at esfcu.com or text or call them today, 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA.
Newman Regional Health Medical Partners is proud to provide the same orthopedic and sports medicine care trusted by the athletes on the Hornet fields. Their expert medical team serves the greater Emporia area with comprehensive treatment for sprains, fractures, joint pain, and sports-related injuries. trusted by athletes and available to everyone. Schedule your appointment today with Newman Regional Health Medical Partners at 620-343-2376. Newman Regional Health, achieving healthy goals.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, two-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Insurance Agent Dave Watts.
It's time to fall forward into football season and cheer on your favorite team. So why not get new gear for you and your family at Sports Connection? Sports Connection carries Emporia High and area high school team apparel, as well as ESU, KU, and K-State gear. They also do custom screen printing for your team, booster club, or your family and fans. Catch the spirit with new fan gear from Sports Connection. Sports Connection, 2721 West 15th Emporia.
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Do you have a new driver in the family? Start them off with just more than the fundamentals of driving from point A to B. Make sure they understand what actually keeps their car reliable and on the road and safe. At Black Creek Diesel Automotive, they can schedule regular maintenance with oil changes, tire rotations, and more. Visit blackcreekdieselautomotive.com or give them a call at 620-343-0086. A safe car helps make a safe driver. Black Creek Diesel Automotive, 3105 West 6th, here in Emporia.
Mix 104.9.
The Emporia State Lady Hornets are back at home. Their second home game of the year as they take on the Quincy Hawks. Coming up, the Hawks are 3-1 on the season, taking on the 2-2 Lady Hornets. Emporia State and Quincy at White Auditorium. We'll have the coverage for you 6:30 for the RV Doc pregame show and 7 o'clock for the tip-off. We'll have it on Mix 104.9. Joining us next here on the show, and we don't often get a chance to talk with the reigning MIAA Player of the Week, but that is our treat here tonight. 5'5" graduate from Miami, Florida, a transfer from Rollins. Caitlin Sanders, your MIAA Player of the Week, joins us here on the program. Caitlin, congratulations on the award. Thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Well, for you, and I know that, coming here to Kansas, it's been an adjustment, but what does it mean to you? You called the MIAA just as we were visiting here, the SEC of Division II, and I think for the most part it is top to bottom in all the sports. What does it mean to you to come in and win that in just the second week of the award this year?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, I've never gotten this accomplishment before, but I mean, I'm thankful for my teammates for passing me the ball and getting me open shots, and my coaching staff believing in me. And yeah, I'm really happy.
You never won one in the Sunshine State College? Wow. No. That's hard to believe because you were 12 points per game. You had a 24-point game for them. I don't know how many back-to-back 24-point games you had, but that's what you did last week. What's allowing you to kind of have your offense just flow? It seems like you're really comfortable out there right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, playing with Coach MJ before in the past, she's given me a lot of freedom to do, what I can do and what I'm capable of doing, so I'm very thankful for that. At my previous school, I wasn't really able to really do much. We were more of a very disciplined type of team, trying to score within, 10 seconds of the shot clock. But at least here, we're able to score, within 20 seconds or, she gives me the green light. So
10 seconds, you guys want to score the 10 seconds left of the shot clock?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So a lot more structure. How do you feel like that allows you to kind of use your creativity? Because, you're very speedy out there. You're good off the dribble. You love that little runner with the left hand and a little finger roll. You had a great finish there that we had on our specials of you finishing with the left hand at SBU. Have you always been that kind of a player?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Is there a player that you've kind of modeled your game on that you've seen that you were like, man, that's who I'd like to play like?
Honestly, when I was younger, I watched a lot of NBA, but I know like they also don't really pass much. But
No, they do not. No, they do not.
yeah, but I mean, I would watch a lot when I was younger, and I would really look up to the point guards. Like, I'm obviously from Miami, so I really watched the Miami Heat and the LeBron era. So, yeah.
So Mario Chalmers,
Yeah.
he was a point.
And
Hey, KU guy, we love that here. That one of my favorites for sure. What is there something that got you kind of in? You mentioned those guys can be kind of ball hogs, and the NBA is obviously ISO. It's a totally different kind of game. But what kind of opened you up in terms of being a passing player? Because you have done a good job of trying to get other people involved in the offense.
I mean, me, honestly, like, I do enjoy scoring, but yeah, like you said, I do like passing the ball. And I was always like that when I was younger. I was a very unselfish player. I always wanted to have my teammates score. Even the ones that wouldn't score, like, I would always try and get them the ball to, like, have their moment.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Caitlin Sanders is our guest out of Miami, Florida, the MIAA Player of the Week. 528 career points for her, by the way, at the NCAA Division II level. You mentioned, coming up, I'm assuming you've been on, like, you said you've never been out of Florida before. I'm assuming you were, like, on vacation somewhere, right?
Yeah, of course.
But you had never been to Kansas before.
No.
Do you feel like at this point you've kind of settled in a little bit? How do you feel like how's this Midwestern lifestyle treating you?
It's very different. It's pretty cold outside right now, as is. But, I mean, everyone here is so welcoming, and I really enjoy being here.
That was one thing that I don't know, it kind of broke my heart, but it also made me feel good. Like, people in Florida are so mean sometimes. And MJ was like, well, okay, she's from Miami. That's not all people in Florida. But sometimes in Miami it can be a little rough. Were you surprised by that when you came here about how welcoming people in Emporia have been?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Even my teammates are super nice, and I'm even going to one of my teammates' house for Thanksgiving.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who are you going, if you don't mind sharing?
With Addie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right here in Emporia. That's a perfect place for you to go. In terms of you guys, I thought it was really awesome in the second half of the SBU game because, I mean, let's be honest, you guys put them away pretty early. That game was decided with, I know that Coach MJ would never tell you this, but 10 minutes left, you guys had won that game. And when the other players got their basket, I mean, Lexi DeWitt would get a basket. She got a career high, and everybody's up on the bench. What's that like? Because you were out at that point, with the game being decided. But just to see that enthusiasm for everybody, and everybody got involved in that game. And I thought all 14 players did something positive to help you guys win that game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great team win. I mean, like you said, like, I do love seeing other players score. So, I mean, for other players to go in, like, it was nice. Yeah.
For you guys to come together with the chemistry, and you just had team giving, how has it been to just come together and bond so well?
Well, on the court, we're working on it.
Sure, on the court. But, yeah, off the court, it seems like you guys,
yeah.
really enjoy being around each other.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sweet girls on the team. Like, everyone has a great personality. Everyone is, like, willing to, like, invite each other to their houses. And we've done, like, team meals and stuff. So it's been really good.
So Macy Gandy is the best cook on the team. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to remember that. Somebody get her number or something. I was also a little bit surprised because, on the court, and, hey, she was, Coach MJ kind of did talk you up a little bit, said, oh, she's a little nervous. You're a great talker. You're having a good conversation here. But on the court, you are a little bit reserved, and, you're very you kind of keep everything in. And Gracie is definitely not that way on the court. But it's been really interesting to see how you guys have gotten along so well. What's that relationship been like between you and Gracie?
Oh, I mean, I love her so much. She's amazing. She's a great shooter as well. She was also very welcoming when I first got here. She was there when I came with my parents, waiting for me to, get my stuff into the room. Like,
okay.
She's just a great person, and honestly, like, playing with her, it's like she's like, I'm like Curry, she's like Clay, I would say.
Sure.
We're both great shooters.
Absolutely.
And it's really fun playing with her.
And if you guys both get going one game, I hope we get to see that this year because we might crack triple digits. I'm not sure. For you, what got you interested in coaching?
Oh, I mean, I've loved basketball since, like, first grade, and I've been around it, since then. I haven't really been into other sports, and I just love the game so much. I watch it all the time. I watch women's basketball all the time. So,
any players or teams that you are enjoying following right now?
Well, Miami Heat, they're doing really good
right now.
Of course. For women's basketball, I would say I really like UConn, of course.
Oh, yeah.
The reigning champs.
What's not to love? What's not to love about GREM's bunch? What are you studying here at Emporia State?
I'm in the master's program for physical education,
Okay.
health, and coaching.
In terms of your coaching, where do you see yourself? Like, where do you want your coaching career to go? Obviously, you're wanting it to be, continue with this Power Eon next year, but overall, where do you want to be? Do you want to be a head coach, WNBA, NBA, or somewhere high school? Where do you want to be?
I mean, honestly, like for next year, I'm really excited to like experience that coaching side. Obviously, I do need to work on like speaking more.
Sure.
I feel like it's a bit hard for me to like articulate things because like it's easy for me to say it in my head, but then saying it out loud is kind of difficult. But I'm working on it. But I would say after being here, like when I go back home, I'd want to coach like AAU for like younger kids. And
okay.
Try and teach them the basics of basketball.
What excites you? I've heard a lot of guys. We've had a lot of Coach Higgins players on here for football, and they've all wanted to coach football, but not a lot of them have said, "Well, I want to coach, younger kids." What about that has kind of piqued your interest?
I would say there's some to be honest, there's parents that are really hard on their on their kids a lot. So I feel like as a coach, I would be a great mentor to help them be more patient with things, or I would just be there to be more patient and try and tell them it's okay to mess up and not be so hard on them. Obviously to be hard on them sometimes, but
sure.
Awesome.
Well, last thing for you here, going up against Quincy tomorrow, how do you guys kind of keep this momentum going? And there's a couple of players that they're lighting it up. Just you're scoring 20 points per game. They got a player scoring 20 points per game. How do you try to slow them down and get another win at home?
Well, we went over scout today, so we are prepared. We're gonna have shoot around tomorrow, so we just need to work on ourselves and try and score more offensively, because our defense I feel like is there, but offensively we need to move the ball around. We need to reverse the ball as well, and I feel like we can get the win tomorrow.
Caitlin Sanders, 20 points per game, 3 rebounds a game, the graduate out of Miami, Florida. Coach, I think the talking's coming around. I would give her a passing A+ grade here. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Your MIAA Player of the Week, Caitlin Sanders, joining us here for Hornet Talk. When we come back, we'll talk Hornet men's basketball. They picked up a tough road win over Lincoln in Kansas City on Saturday at Maybe Fieldhouse. That's coming up next, live from 627 Event Space. This is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State Basketball.
At Newman Regional Health, our local providers are here to care for the people who matter most. Our friends, family.
At Shelter Insurance,
with the biggest brands in sports at competitive prices. Whether you're there for the tailgate or touchdowns, Sports Connection has the ESU fan apparel for game day that you need. Show your Hornet pride and get your fan gear at Sports Connection, 2721 West 15th. Stingers up!
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
The road to adventure is calling.
Road trip!
If you're planning a road trip, be sure to schedule your maintenance with Black Creek Diesel and Automotive first. Oil changes, alignment, brakes, and tires, everything you need to keep your car cruising. And they'll even give you a free digital inspection. Hit the road with peace of mind. Give them a call today. Black Creek Diesel and Automotive, 620-343-0086. Or stop by 3105 West 6th in Emporia.
As the leaves fall, it's the perfect time to grow your financial know-how. At Emporia State Federal Credit Union, they believe in helping you create a strong financial future. Whether you're learning to budget, save for the holidays, or plan for the new year, they're here to help every step of the way. Free courses and calculators can be found by clicking on the banner at esfcu.com or text or call them today, 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA.
Mix 104.9.
The Emporia State men's basketball team has gone loss-win in their first four. They are 2-2 and coming off of a 77-72 setback against William Jewell last time out. The Hornets went up to Mabee Fieldhouse and picked up a 92-90 win, holding off the Blue Tigers of Lincoln. Lincoln picked second in the GLVC. Now the Hornets are off until Friday. It'll be a Black Friday showdown down in Shawnee, Oklahoma at the Noble Complex as they take on the Bison of Oklahoma Baptist. We'll have the coverage for you beginning at 2:30 with a 3 o'clock tip-off. We'll have that for you on Mix 104.9. Joining us here is head coach Tom Billiter as he gets set for a Thanksgiving road trip. Coach, appreciate your time and congratulations on the win at Lincoln last time out.
Well, that was a weird week.
It was.
Yeah, this is a much better night due to Saturday than if we'd only had the game last Wednesday because I wouldn't probably be here. I don't think I would have made it through that many days. See Jody right there? That's about how close we guarded everybody Wednesday night and about the same effort with our hands down here folded in our laps. It was awful. I don't have an answer for it. I had a person who I'm very close to has probably seen 90% of the games I've been a head coach. And that night said, it's not even close. That's the worst I've ever seen one of your teams play in your entire career.
Well,
and I couldn't have agreed more. The team that's picked second in a very good league, we beat. And they're picked about 8th.
Yeah, I think 10th, actually.
8th or 10th. And they killed us. I don't even care what the final. I mean, we were down 20 at home to them. It makes very little sense. We beat St. Cloud. They're picked second in the NSIC. We lose to Wayne. They are picked 8th in the NSIC. So, you know, if you're pretty good, we'll play well. But if you're a team that maybe we're supposed to beat, we act like we're supposed to beat you, and we're not very good. And so we've got to fix that piece and be more competitive. A very smart man I know calls it competitive stamina, and we need competitive stamina on this team.
Okay, well, you guys did show some positive signs, so we do have a couple of specials that we're going to play from that William Jewell comeback here, as you guys did make it interesting down the stretch of that game. Next break is immediate timeout. That was a walk. They don't call. Missed the layup. Jermaine should have turned it over. Rebounded by Matt, goes coast to coast. Spills to the floor, and he finishes off the window. What a finish by Mac. And this crowd has exploded at White Auditorium. And I believe that got it to 13 as Mac made a really tremendous finish for you down there through some contact as well.
Yeah, I'm throwing up in my mouth right now, Blake. So I really and truly don't even care to think about that last game. I know we cut it to 2, but immediately we made a dumb foul. They made both free throws. We let them score 5 of the next 7 points. And, there was just no reason for that game to ever have existed or gone the direction that it did. There's no reason for it.
Well, I'm going to play one more clip from that because
Lord, Blake.
I think that your freshman definitely deserves this because Jack Wiga stepped in off the bench and hit a couple of monster shots for you. I feel like this is a big possession right here for Emporia State just to continue the momentum. Wigas on the power E. Wants a 3. Yes, sir, the freshman! And he wants a little extra waving from the crowd. It's a 6-point game, 65-59. Okay, the rest will be from Saturday against Lincoln. But, I mean, Jack, he came in off the bench, and for you guys, I mean, I thought that was – and you mentioned after the game that the guys that brought you back, man, they really played their guts out for you.
Yeah, that was one bright spot. Jack Wigas was a bright spot. Jack Wigas is going to be a great player here. He's a freshman right now, but in a couple of years, he's going to be a kid that everybody's going to know. I love his DNA. His dad wrestled. His grandfather's a Chicago police officer. He comes from I just like that mix of blood.
Sure.
He plays. He's a tough kid. He wants to please. He plays hard. He can shoot lights out. He's just learning. The game. He'll even tell you if you had him sitting here, he'd say the game is way fast. It's just so much faster. They're just getting used to the speed of the game. Trey Taylor's another freshman we have who played well for us on Saturday. Stat line might not have showed it. He did a lot of good things. Again, the speed of the game, he's catching up to it. But our freshmen, I like our freshman class a lot. I really do. And, we're just going to keep recruiting high school kids. I know we'll have to fill in here and there, but we're just going to keep doing it and see what happens because we like to get kids here. We develop them. We work with them. I have a great staff. I know Coach Slaughter's out here tonight and Coach Whitelow, Coach Stowe. They meet with our players every day. I mean, every day if a kid wants to shoot, they're shooting with them, working with them. And we love developing our players, and that's what we're going to keep doing.
I've got 3 clips from Lincoln, but I want to follow up on that. You've mentioned how much of your success, especially at Augie, I'm assuming it was in your other stops at D1 and North Dakota State and all along the way, but you've built your success and wins and career on developing players. Have you had I'm assuming you have had situations, but is it a little unusual for you guys to be putting these freshmen in position to contribute this early for you and to get that contribution out of them?
Yeah, it's a good question. At Augie, Casey knows the answer to this, but I think at one time I had 5 of the 8 freshmen of the year in the NSIC. And they were starters. I mean, I would start. One kid came off the bench, but he was all conference as a freshman coming off the bench, Cam McCaffrey out of Oregon. But we had a run with freshmen that was unreal. And so we do play freshmen. And I think the freshmen we have right now are probably going to have an opportunity to play much more as the season goes on. Chris Harris is a sophomore. Devin Conley is a sophomore. We have some young players. We do have a senior point guard who will miss. But Andrew, Pangl, averaging 19 a game for us. He's a junior. Obviously, Dallas is a junior. We've got these kids. The key is keeping them, getting them here again, and working with them, develop them. They're that much more comfortable the next year. Losing the kids we lost last year set us back a little bit. I think if we had that group this year with the right attitudes and everything that you have to be successful, I think we'd be a little further ahead. Having said that, I love the group we have right now. I think our chemistry is excellent. I love our culture. We had kids on Wednesday that were sick. They knew they didn't play well. And they came back Saturday. We played a very good team. I'm just telling you, this room doesn't know. I know you remember Lincoln in the MIAA. That Lincoln team was really good. They were athletic. They were strong. They were big. They had 4 kids that were shooting 40% from 3. That was a really good basketball team. That's the best team that's one of the best teams we've played since I've been here in 2 years. That team is very, very good. I think we surprised them. I think our kids were really ready to play at noon. I don't know if their kids were respecting us. Maybe a little bit of how we handled the Wednesday game is kind of what happened to them. I don't know. But our kids played really well, played very hard on Saturday.
Well, you mentioned Andrew Pangl. I'm going to go ahead and play. I think that this is an Andrew Pangl 3 in the first half. Let's see here. Red through transition. Burst of speed to the corner. 3 from Pangl. Bingo! Andrew Pangl is going to force a third Lincoln timeout. They've only got 1 left for the last 28 minutes of the game. Boy, there in the first half, boy, Coach Drew was trying to twist all the knobs there. They just couldn't stop you guys.
He took 3 timeouts in a minute.
He did.
I loved it. It was timeout. It was kind of funny. They had a kid get a technical a minute into the game.
Yeah.
I know. And he deserved it. He was a little chippy.
They do have some attitudinal guys there for sure.
But they wanted to win. They were physical. They hand-checked every play. Those kids played hard. That was quite a basketball game, and to play it in that gym was actually not. That was a good gym.
Yeah.
I was shocked how nice Avila's gym was, and we had a nice crowd. 90% of the crowd were Emporia fans.
Yes.
About half of that was Devin Conley's family.
Oh, was it really?
Right
Okay.
In Kansas City. And J-Mac, he's got a grandfather that lives in Olathe, and they had to have at least 30 people there. So thanks to those 2 kids, we had at least 100 people there. It was kind of a fun little afternoon.
This was another big basket for you in the second half of the game. Far side, Weak wants the three. Yes, sir! Weak, and he shows the three to his bench. And you mentioned before, you like big guys who can shoot. He's a really big guy, but, I mean, you look at his numbers last year, he shoots a very good percentage from outside.
Yeah, he's got certain areas he can shoot it that we allow if he has about a minute and a half to set up and be ready to shoot it. It's not going to be a, catch and shoot, ball fake, step back, side step three. It's going to be, let's see what the temperature is, the wind. Let's really load up here, have the elbow iced up, and boom, let's go. And so he doesn't have the quickest release, but he can shoot it when he's got time. He's a great kid. We can only get about 2 minutes out of him because he gets tired. But in those 2 minutes, he's guarding. He's helping on ball screens. He's a really, really neat young man. I'd love to have had Coach Slaughter. Would love to have had him for 4 years.
Oh, sure.
I think that kid has a lot of talent. It's just hard to teach. It is hard to teach an old dog to do tricks after so many years. It takes a lot of positive inputs to overcome some negative ones, and it's just stuff he just hasn't learned. He comes from a good program, but he just hasn't learned stuff quite the way we do it.
I've got one more clip to play, but
this is a good sign. My AD's leaving as I'm talking, so obviously really good job security right now.
Yeah,
he saw our game Wednesday.
He trusts you implicitly, Coach, so you don't have to worry about
Thanks, boss. We'll see you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, that's between you and him. No, he trusts you implicitly. He knows that you're going to handle the rest of it.
Me and Chip Kelly are going to be looking for jobs tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's right. We'll come back in just a moment. We'll get set for this game against the Bison coming up in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Live from 627 Event Space, this is Hornet Talk. You're listening to Emporia State Basketball.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Kelly Medrano for a free personal protection review.
It's time to fall forward into football season and cheer on your favorite team. So why not get new gear for you and your family at Sports Connection? Sports Connection carries Emporia High and area high school team apparel, as well as ESU, KU, and K-State gear. They also do custom screen printing for your team, booster club, or your family and fans. Catch the spirit with new fan gear from Sports Connection. Sports Connection, 2721 West 15th Emporia.
Headed to the game or celebrating after? Swing by 627 Event Space Bar and Grill. Whether you're grabbing a burger before kickoff or winding down with a beer after the buzzer, 627 has you covered. Emporia's go-to spot for great food, cold drinks, and unbeatable vibes. 627 Event Space Bar and Grill, the new home for Hornet Talk at 627 Commercial. Proud supporters of the Emporia State University Hornets. Stingers up!
Do you have a new driver in the family? Start them off with just more than the fundamentals of driving from point A to B. Make sure they understand what actually keeps their car reliable and on the road and safe. At Black Creek Diesel Automotive, they can schedule regular maintenance with oil changes, tire rotations, and more. Visit blackcreekdieselautomotive.com or give them a call at 620-343-0086. A safe car helps make a safe driver. Black Creek Diesel Automotive, 3105 West 6th, here in Emporia.
As the leaves fall, it's the perfect time to grow your financial know-how. At Emporia State Federal Credit Union, they believe in helping you create a strong financial future. Whether you're learning to budget, save for the holidays, or plan for the new year, they're here to help every step of the way. Free courses and calculators can be found by clicking on the banner at esfcu.com or text or call them today, 620-342-2336. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need fast care, Newman Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care is here for you. Conveniently located on site at Newman Regional Health, Express Care offers walk-in service for non-emergency illnesses and injuries. No appointment needed. Open 7 days a week to keep you feeling your best. Call today at 620-343-7828. Trust Express Care for quick, reliable treatment. Newman Regional Health Medical Partners Express Care, helping the Hornets achieve their healthy goals.
Mix 104.9.
Getting set for this weekend's game coming up against the Bison of Oklahoma Baptist here as we are getting set for Emporia State basketball. Got one last clip. This was a big play in that Lincoln game. As you mentioned, Chris Harris and what he can do. Well, he turned a missed free throw. In fact, he turned an 0-2 trip into 2 points. Conley today, 5 of 7 from the line, looking for his 10th point. Second one up, and that one's short. Rebound tipped up in the air, and it's good. Harris off his fingertips. And he may not have gotten a finger. It may have just been a fingernail. I don't know. But
that was a big play, though, because Dev missed both free throws, which is uncanny for him.
Uncharacteristic for sure.
And, we ended up winning by 2. So that was a unique play. And I thought Chris really played well for us on Saturday. I really did. I thought he did some good things. And the whole team did. I thought our bench, I thought it was, we had 9 guys play 15 minutes or more. I mean, that's unheard of. And the 10th guy played 8.
Yes.
So we played a lot of guys and got a lot of effort, and that's what we got to do. We got to keep guys fresh so we can have better ball pressure. We want to push the action. We want to push it both offensively and defensively, and I thought our bench was really good on Saturday.
Do you feel like you guys are getting that development? I know for a lot of coaches, they want to compress at some point in the year, but at this point in the year, probably a good thing to keep developing that depth right now, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we're trying to figure out. There's no way our starters are set in stone right now. We've already changed our starting lineup every game. We
Only every game.
Every game we've changed something. Either Ali instead of Wu or vice versa. Dev Conley instead of Chris. I mean, we've been. I mean, it's been all over the place, and that's how it's got to be because. I just feel like we're at least 10, 11 deep. I don't care who starts, they do. And then there's the old adage, well, who finishes, whatever. That's not what I mean. I need different combinations where if I got a really good defender, I need a scorer with him. If I have a really good scorer that can't guard, then you know what I mean? So we are getting better at balancing our groups on the floor. That I would say we've done a much better job of.
Does it feel like for you that you're kind of figuring out in terms of the tempo? Because I remember when you came in, you said, hey, we want to play games in the 90s. It felt like that game against Lincoln was kind of the tempo that you were looking for.
Yeah, and I'll tell you the truth, I thought it was our best defensive effort of the year, and we gave up 90 points. But they shot 44%.
Sure.
And they were 12 for 42 from 3.
Yes.
So
which
they
is
got
well
2
below
points.
their average.
Yeah, I mean, they're about 40% from 3 as a team. They're really a good shooting team. So I thought, I thought it was one of our best defensive efforts, giving up 90 points. So I don't know. That's just how it was.
Last thing here, Coach. Talk to us a little bit about this Oklahoma road trip coming up against the Bison and the Rangers. Oklahoma Baptist on Friday, and then out to Alva to play Northwestern Oklahoma on Saturday.
Yeah, Oklahoma Baptist is very good. They're very athletic. They play at a high pace. They average 1.3 points per possession in transition.
That's a lot.
It's best in the country. They're 100%. And so, we got to get back in transition, which has not been a strength of ours. We've got to, stop ball. We got to scramble. We got to just not give up easy baskets. We can't let them get off. They also average 11, 12 offensive boards a game. So they get half their misses. They're shooting 60%. So we've got to get back and rebound. It's that simple. And we'll see how it goes. I think that's going to be a great contest for us, both these teams this weekend. I didn't even know there was a Northwest Oklahoma. Little did I know where it was. And so, that's going to be.
Yeah, that's Coach Higgins' alma mater, actually. He
out.
could give you directions
That's
down
what I
there.
found out. But I didn't think they had basketball. The way he talks, I thought they only had a football program.
Well, I know he'll be cheering for you here coming up. Coach, appreciate it. Let's go get a couple weekends down in the Sooners.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope everybody has a great week and appreciate y'all being here.
Tom Billiter, ladies and gentlemen, head coach for Emporia State men's basketball. Once again, the Hornets on the road on Friday and Saturday. That'll do it for Hornet Talk today. Want to remind you, our next broadcast is tomorrow night. It's the Lady Hornets taking on Quincy. We'll have that for you 6:30 for the pregame coverage and the tip-off at 7 o'clock. That's our Hornet Talk for tonight. Thank you to Grace Ish back at our KFFX studios. Make sure you tip your server. This is Blake Cribb saying good night from 627 Event Space and Stingers Up.